Okay, this is going over a couple of homework questions from Unit 3, Day 2 assignments. On these ones, we're finding the domain and range on these graphs. So for number 1, domain is standing for our x values. We're thinking left to right. So when I come in, I was using highlighters before. I can also use these here. So I'm creating boundaries. Furthest point to the left is here. Furthest point to the right is here. So now this far point to the left, I bring it down to my x-axis. It is -3. Because it's an open dot, I will use a parenthesis. Now the furthest point to the right is right up here. It's an arrow, meaning it's going to keep getting wider and taller forever. So it's going to keep getting as wide as possible to the right. So it's going to go to positive infinity. And I'll use a parenthesis for that as well. Now for my range, I'm looking at the y values. So I'm thinking bottom to top. So when I come up from the bottom, I hit my shape right here. Okay, and when I come in from the top, come down and I hit the highest point, which is both of these at the same time. So my lowest point is here, and that's -4. Because it's the part of the shape, it's a closed dot, so I will use a bracket. The highest point is right here for both of these. Now this one on the left is an open dot, so it stops there and we don't include that number. However, right over here, it's part of the shape, so it's included. So it's going to keep going up, up, up forever and ever. So we don't know the highest number, so we just call that positive infinity and use a parenthesis. Okay, let's go ahead and look at 4. When I look at 4, let's start with domain, our x values. So the furthest point to the left, I'll go in from that left side, is here. Furthest point to the right, coming in from the right side, is here. So everything between here, we have an x value for. So our x value on the left side, right here, at -3. This is what we were doing last class. We were saying, okay, got -3 all the way to here. We're including everything. So our boundary is this area between. So -3 all the way to 4. Because this is an open circle, I'll use a parenthesis. Same thing for the 4. Open circle, so I'll use a parenthesis. Okay. Bottom to top for my range. Come up from the bottom and I'll hit it right here. And down from the top. So I'm including all the numbers between them. So in the last class, kind of did this and here, and we said it's everything between them. You can also use 2 pieces of paper and squeeze in your height. So the range is saying, how high am I including? So all the way from this point, which is at -1, all the way to here, which is 4. So -1, all the way to 4. The 1 is an open circle, so parenthesis. The 4 is an open circle, so parenthesis again. So let's look at 7. Actually, let's look at, how about 5? Okay, so 5, coming in from the left side. So for our domain, it's here, and our other side is here. So we're saying, how wide does it go? What numbers am I including? So the furthest to the left number is here at -3. The furthest to the right number is here at 2. Now the -3 is a closed dot, so I will use a bracket. The 2 is an open dot, so I will use a parenthesis. Now for my range, lowest to highest. So I'm going to come in from the bottom and stop when I hit my lowest point. I'm going to stop here. Even though I see this one up here, this one is my lowest. Now coming in from the top, there's my highest. So my lowest is -5 and my highest is 2. So -5, comma 2. The negative 5 is an open circle. So parenthesis, the 2 should be a bracket because it's part of the shape.